In 2000, 23 years ago, I became the pastor at First Baptist Church Killeen. Shortly after my arrival, the Twin Towers fell. President Bush said to the military, "Get ready, we're going to need you." And they were needed. For 10 years, we conducted operations in Iraq and Afghanistan. Our church went from a church of military support and readiness to deployed families. At one point, we had 100 members deployed to Iraq as 1st Cav relieved 4th IB. It was a dynamic time for our church, but it was also a time of planning for the future. In the midst of that 10-year war, we were led by God to relocate the church. It wasn't a good time to ask for extra money, but it was God's time. And through 3 financial campaigns in 2009, we finally had the privilege of relocating to this existing facility. As church locations are typically done, we did a phase 1. Phase 1 of the relocation took care of parking lots, it took care of worship space, it took care of Sunday school space, but everything about phase 1 was built around the Sunday morning experience, because quite honestly, there wasn't enough money to do everything that we wanted to do. So a large fellowship hall, a large youth area, recreation space, all that took the back burner for phase 2. Well, here we are again. We're on the backside of COVID pandemic. We're either in a recession or coming out of one. And everybody could say this is not a convenient time to raise money and build buildings. And yet we believe that it's God's time, because if we don't get started, we'll never get finished. And so here we are in preparation for phase 2. I'm excited about the opportunity to invite you to be part of God's future for First Baptist Church Killeen. I'm standing mid-court of a basketball court in the new Family Life Center. I'm standing in a banquet hall that will hold over 500 people for church fellowships and banquets and opportunities for mixing. I'm standing where our children are going to play and where our teenagers are going to gather and where our young adults are going to find fellowship, and they're going to find the Lord in this place. We have got to figure out how to bring together the community of the church, the community of Fort Hood, and to build together a dynamic campus that will allow us to reach young families, young people for the next generation. This is the challenge that's in front of us now, is to finish what we've started. As I began praying over this campaign and we thought about a theme, I was seeking what God would have us to say from His Word about this campaign, and I was convinced that Philippians chapter 1 had such a strong word to the church about completing what had been started already. And Philippians chapter 1 verse 6 says, "Being confident of this, that He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Jesus Christ." I think God has told us plainly to finish what He started here in our church. Our theme for this campaign is carry it forward, to take what we've been given and to build on it for the future. We want to carry this task forward. In order to carry it forward, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. First, I'm going to ask you to be a part of the campaign. When we're asking you to serve, serve. When we're asking you to pray, pray. When we ask you to give, give. Be a part of the church. Be a part of the campaign. Secondly, I'm going to ask you to pray diligently for the success of this campaign. It is a great opportunity for us to celebrate together doing something that none of us can do by ourselves. And then third, I'm going to ask you to be present on October 29th here at the First Baptist Church as we have an in-gathering of commitments. We're calling it Commitment Sunday. And on that day, we will be gathering up all the commitments so that you can be a part of something bigger than yourself, so that we can say in 2023, we were part of carrying forward what God had for us to do.